I used to think that hitting six figures in my business meant I was finally winning. Looked like success from the outside. The revenue numbers were shiny. They sounded impressive. But here's the truth. I was one bad month away from losing it all. Every dollar that came in, already gone. Payroll, software, rent, my own salary. I was living inside a spreadsheet of stress. It felt like every day was a fire I had to put out just to keep the whole thing from crashing. And that pressure, it messes with your sleep, your health, your decisions. It chips away at your peace, and you start to lose sight of why you even started. This is the entrepreneur money trap. That invisible gap between what you're showing the world and what's really going on in your finances. And it's fed by one dangerous lie, that more revenue solves everything. But it doesn't. And I'm going to show you how to fix that. You ready? Let's change the game. Now I'm about to break down the 3 mindset shifts that pull me back from the edge, so you can build something that's not just profitable, but sustainable. Something that doesn't just pay the bills, but also funds your peace. The first trap I fell into was simple. I thought revenue was everything. I got caught up in chasing that top line number, 6 figures, then multiple six. It became this scorecard I used to measure if I was making it. But here's what I learned the hard way. Chasing growth without boundaries will drive your business into the dirt. You start overspending on ads, hiring too fast, taking on clients that drain you just to keep up. Your revenue climbs, but your bank account flatlines. Here's where it all shifted for me. I came across this book, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Old model says sales minus expenses equals profit, which sounds fine until you realize there's never anything left. The Profit First module flips it. Sales minus profits equals expenses. It's not just math. It's a mindset shift. You decide what profits you're taking, and you build the business around that. You take care of you first. Here's how I made it real. I set up a few bank accounts: income, profit, owner's pay, taxes, and operating expenses. Everything landed in the income account, and twice a month, I paid my profit account, even if it was just 1%. At first, I'll be honest, it felt like a joke, moving $5 into a separate account. But it wasn't about the money. It was about the muscle. It was about telling myself profit is not optional. That's when everything shifted. Now, when I look at an expense, I'm not wondering if I can afford it. I know because the expense account told me. It forces you to get lean, to stop hiding behind someday, to cut the fluff and build something that can actually breathe. This is what real control feels like. It's the moment you realize your business finally works for you and not the other way around. Let me keep it real. In the beginning, my business wasn't a business. It was a job I created for myself, with worse hours and more anxiety. I was the engine, the strategy, the marketing, the fulfillment, the everything. If I took a day off, the whole thing slowed down. A week off, it would have collapsed. That's when I had to face it. If your business can't function without you, you don't own a business. You own a very expensive job. And you're probably the worst boss you ever had. I was grinding hard, but I had zero freedom. Because if I stopped, the income stopped too. Here's the shift. Stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an owner. You're not here to do all the work. You're here to build the thing that does the work. An asset keeps moving even when you rest. It has value even when you're not in the room. So how do you build it? Start with systems. Write down every process, from how you onboard clients to how you post on social media. Yes, it takes time, and it's tedious, but this is how you buy your freedom back. And then you let go. You bring people in, even if they only do it 80% like you. That other 20%, That's the price of peace. Trying to control everything is just fear dressed up like strategy. But when you document, delegate, and then trust, you move from doing to leading. I'll never forget it. The first time I took 2 weeks off, didn't check a single email, and came back to see the business had grown. Game changer. That's when I knew I didn't just own a business, I built an asset. Before we hit the last and biggest shift, let me slow it down for a second. I know this can feel like a lot. Figuring out profit allocations, systemizing your whole operation, hiring while you're still wearing 12 hats. I get it. You already stretched. Now this last one. This one cuts deep because it's not just about business. It's about life. It's the trap of chasing money for the sake of money. When your own scorecard is your bank account, you start making trades that don't make sense. You say yes to clients that kill your energy. You sacrifice your sleep, your family time, your sanity, all for one more hit of growth. And then you hit the goal and you feel nothing because you burned everything down to get there. That was me. I was chasing a number I thought would finally make me feel secure. But the chase was what was making me miserable. I wasn't choosing alignment. I was choosing opportunity. So here's the final shift. Redefine success for you. Money is a tool, but it's not the point. The point is to build a life that feels like yours, a business that fits, not one that swallows you whole. So do this today. Write down what actually matters. Time with your kids, creative freedom, more stillness, more impact. Whatever it is, name it. Then use that list as your filter. New project, ask, does this line up with what I say I want? New client, ask, will this pull me forward or weigh me down? This is how you stop building someone else's version of success. It's not about going slow. It's about going true. Building from a place of peace, not pressure. Because real wealth isn't just in your income. It's in your energy, your joy, and your freedom. So there it is. 3 shifts that saved my business and my sanity. Pay yourself first. Profit isn't a bonus. It's a priority. And build an asset. Stop owning a job and start owning your time. Define success on your own terms. Let alignment lead, not hype. The money trap is sneaky. You think you're climbing, only to realize your ladder's been on the wrong wall the whole time. But if you're willing to make these shifts, not overnight, but intentionally, you'll build something that actually serves you, that funds your freedom and feeds your peace and feels like you. You can't put a price tag on that. So if this hit home, hit subscribe. I drop real lessons like this twice a week. No fluff. And tell me in the comments, which of these 3 shifts do you need to focus on first? I read every single comment. So block the noise and bet on your gift. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.